Hi everyone, it's Jess, aka Colouring Bumblebee, and I'm back today with another video for you. Today I am sharing with you all of my completed pages for the month of August 2024. It was a bit of a rough month for me colouring wise. I was away the first week of August as I went on holiday. If you didn't know, I did mention this I think on the previous video. I went to Disneyland Paris. It was absolutely amazing. I had the best time. But then when I came back, I got a really bad cold and it just took a while to sort of shake. Yeah, just had the sort of sore throat and it's still not completely gone. I've still got a bit of a cough, just waiting for it to fully pass. But if I sound a little different, that is why. I'll move all these books to the side and we will go into my stats for the month. So here we go. I will zoom you in a touch. There we go. So, August stats. I completed a total of 22 pages. 6 of those were colour by number pages. I didn't manage to do any double page spreads this month. So that means with the 6 colour by number pages, I did 16 pages coloured in my non-colour by number books. So a little bit less than other months, but that's okay. I did manage to get 15 buddy colours done, so almost every page I coloured this month was for a buddy colour. And I didn't manage to get any group buddy colours done. Those have fallen by the wayside a little bit the last few months as I have been making lots of buddy colour plans and want to prioritise them over the group ones, but I hope to get some done soon. I coloured in 19 books in August. I purchased 16. I will have 2 hauls coming up soon. One regular colouring book haul for the months of July and August. And then I've got a very special Aladdin Korean colouring book haul coming up as well. I'll be filming those later. That means that I've now got 157 colouring books in my collection. This month I coloured in 6 previously untouched books. I tried to make a focus with my buddy colour plans on untouched colouring books recently, so that's hopefully going to increase even more in September. That means the remaining untouched books I have are 52. The percentage of untouched books has gone up slightly. It is now 33.12%. It was previously 29.7%, but that's just because I've bought some more books quicker than I have been able to colour in them. The total pages I've coloured in 2024 is now 199, one away from 200, which is really exciting. And I started 7 whips, which I will hopefully be finishing off soon. And just going to my little YouTube box up here, I have 1,811 subscribers, so thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Even though I haven't posted very much content in the last month, that's because I've been not feeling very well. I'm really grateful for everyone who continues to watch and support the channel. So I will move this to the side. And let's get into the books. So the first page I managed to get done was in Mythographic Wild Summer by Joseph Cattenbang. This is one of my new favourite mythographics. And this was a buddy colour with the lovely Rachel from Rachel Colours Crafts over on Instagram and YouTube. And we did this dog and windmill page, and I really love how it turned out actually. I used a colour palette for this page and I've already gotten rid of it, but you can see all the colours on the page. I used sort of browns, yellows and blues. I thought it would look lovely for this page. And over the top of these sort of like wispy bits and on the butterfly wings, I've added metallic watercolour to the wispies and the Spectrum Noir clear glitter pen to the wings of the butterflies and of the dragonflies, just to add a bit of sparkle. And I love the sort of shimmery effect it has. I coloured this with a base of my Touch Art alcohol markers, and I went and shaded over the top with polychromos and Prismacolors. I think mainly polychromos, and then I used a few Prismas, I think for the blues in particular. The rest were polychromos. But I really enjoyed how this turned out. I'll move mine across and show you Rachel's here. I love how bright and colourful hers is, and the sort of contrast of colours between the orange and the blue is absolutely gorgeous. So thank you to Rachel for colouring page in Mythographic Wild Summer. Then I have another buddy colour, this time in A Million Sweet Things, and this was with Steph Louise Argyle over on Instagram, and we coloured this ducky bathtub. She finished this a while ago. We've had this planned for quite some time, but with my other Lulu May prompts that I've had with my Lulu May scavenger hunt, I haven't had as much time, or I was colouring other things rather than colouring this one. So I saved it for July to do for the koala prompt, or was it August? I'm losing track. One of the months there was a koala for a prompt, so I saved it for this, and then I think I was a little bit late finishing it. But I used Black Widows for this page, and I went over the top with the Spectrum Noir clear glitter pen, which I don't think is picking up. It picks up over the darker colours but not lighter ones. But in real life it's a nice subtle little shimmer over the top of the bubbles. And yeah, it was just a really fun page to do. It was one of those where I just picked a few colours from my pencil case and just kept adding colour until it was done. I'll move mine to the side and show you Steph's here. She did an amazing job. Thank you for colouring this with me, and thank you for being patient for me to finish this page. I really enjoyed colouring it. That was A Million Sweet Things. Then I have 50 Vacation Miniatures. I really enjoy colouring in these books for Yolanda, colouring by Quimama's Camellia Angel Cove Scavenger Hunt prompts. And for this one, the prompt was ice cream. And I love this. In fact, I coloured this quite a while ago. I kind of forgot that I'd done it. August felt like a very long month, but also it went by quickly at the same time. So I used, what did I use on this page? I used the Touch Art alcohol markers, and I just used those and did a bit of shading with them. I did some sort of stippling dot work on the sand, and I think it looks really effective for this page. And I always enjoy colouring the Camellia Angel Cove pages. They're really fun. I think this is one of my favourite books that they've released. I previously did this one with Geordie last month and really enjoyed colouring that. Maybe like to get one more done before we fully get into autumn. That is 50 Vacation Miniatures. Then I have Romantic Country. This is a project book with my lovely friend Colouring Sabi over on Instagram. We have been working on this for over a year now, I think, and have done a few pages in it. And the next page we did was this one, the sheep grazing page. I really love this one. I love the little sheep's face down here, and this is a page that I've wanted to colour for some time. I used Inktense pencils for the grass and the sky, the trees and the water. So I based it with that, and then I did a little bit of extra shading on the trees with my Polychromos pencils and coloured the castle itself and the sheep and the flowers with Polychromos pencils as well. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the roof for the longest time. I was thinking about blue, but there's a castle later on that I've been saving. I really love this one. I really want to do this with a blue roof. I think that would look really pretty for this one. So I didn't want to do two different castles with the same coloured roof. So I decided to go for red, a bit of a different colour. And if I move mine across, you'll see that Sabi also did a similar idea. She did a red for her castle. This wasn't planned, but it was just interesting how we both decided to go for the same colour. I love the sky background she did for hers. It's so beautiful. And this is another page done in our project book. We have the next one picked out. It is the guy who's fishing. I thought it would be a good late summer, early autumn one. This one here, the guy going fishing. So yeah, another page done in Romantic Country. Love seeing this slowly fill up colour. Then I have Mythical Beasts. This was a previously untouched book in my collection. I only got it in July, as that's when it was released. And I absolutely love this mythographic book. I think it is stunning. I really love colouring mythical creatures. I find it a really interesting subject matter to colour, as you can do lots of different things with it. And me and Zoe actually started this together in person as a buddy colour in, I think it was July. Yeah, we met up in July and we coloured this together, started it, and I decided to finish mine. It is the Pegasus page, and I absolutely love how this turned out. I used the Ohuhu pastel alcohol markers for the clouds. As you can see, I spent a long time shading them. I did 2 layers to get a nice blend. I used Polychromos pencils for the Pegasus itself and the leaves and the pillars here. And then over top I used the Gansai Tanmei metallic starry watercolours, and it just means that there is all this beautiful shiny goodness all over the page. And at the end I actually ended up flicking the page with a gold metallic watercolour just to add to the sort of mystical magicalness of it. And I love how this turned out. Zoe is still working on hers. It is looking beautiful so far. She's doing I think a yellowy blue colour scheme for hers, and it's looking beautiful. I will be sure to post that once she is done. But this, I really love how this turned out. I think this is definitely a favourite page of the month. Probably as well favourite page I've coloured for the year so far. Love how it turned out, and I can't wait to colour more pages in this book. It'll be one that I'd like to finish one day. Mythical Beasts by Veronika Kolinska. Then I've got 50 Woodland Miniatures. This I also did as a buddy colour with Zoe from Addicted to Colouring. And we did this cat picnic tea party together. This was for Yolanda's prompt of cat from August. I really like how this turned out. I used a washi tape for the rug. That was really fun to do. I picked a nice fun summery floral one with the reds and pinks, and then I matched the colours from that for the rest of the image. I used the Ohuhu alcohol markers for the rest of the image, colouring that, and I think I used some of the Touch Up alcohol markers as well. Often I'll start off using one brand, and then if there's a colour missing that I want from the Ohuhus that I don't have, then I'll tap into the Touch Up alcohol markers and vice versa. But I love how this turned out. I will move mine across and show you Zoe's here. She also did a beautiful job. And yeah, these are just so fun to do. I'm really enjoying exploring using alcohol markers more and using them to shade. I think I'm improving, but still have a ways to go. And it's hard on the Amazon paper. It's not a perfect blend, but you can create some really nice results. And another page done of 50 Woodland Miniatures. This is one of my favourites from Kamila Injakova as well. I think I said that about the vacation ones as well. Yeah, Woodland, Vacation and Desserts. Those are my top 3. Another one done from that book. Okay, next up I've got Lost and Found colouring book by RJ Hampson. This is a project book that I have with Dana from Dabbler D over on Instagram. And I have 2 pages to show you from this book that I completed in August. One of them was our page that we coloured for July that I didn't quite finish until the start of August. And is this one, the Bug Catcher. I absolutely love this page. As soon as I saw it, I knew that I wanted to colour the little guy in the centre like Russell from Up, so I used that as my inspiration for his colour palette. And because I am doing the second set, the black background set of images, I wanted to have a sort of darker colour scheme for the greenery here to sort of emulate the idea that it is at night time. And I just had a lot of fun sort of adding colours, not thinking too much about what I was doing. I tried to keep it quite limited with the colour scheme, just so it didn't look too busy. But I really enjoyed how this turned out. I'll move mine across and show you Dana's here. Hers is beautiful, bright and vibrant. This is one of the pages that does have a few differences, especially with this character, the fact that he's in the jar and the sort of expressions on the bugs are different. In the light version they look afraid, and this one they look happy running away. Yeah, really love doing this one. And then for August we did this one, Lost in Wonder. This I thought would be a simpler page to do compared to the other one, which was quite large and full on. So I picked out this one, and I started off by looking for some colour palette inspiration, and I picked out these two. I didn't go exact with the colour palette, but I used it more as a springboard for my ideas. I really like this colour green for the leaves, and I used this more sort of sagey green for Mr. Fogarty himself. I love pink, purple and teal together. It's one of my favourite colour combinations. And I added the Uniball Signo silver gel pen around the stained glass window to give it this sort of shiny effect, and used the, what's it called? One second, let me find it. There we go. Is it Pentel? Pretty sure it's Pentel. It's the hybrid dual metallic. I got this from a art shop when I went shopping with Zoe and her partner Steve. We went to Bristol, went to some art shops there. I got this whilst I was there. It's a really nice glittery silver gel pen that I used for the stars in the background. Really adds to the shine and shimmery of this. I really wish that I'd done his trousers the same purple as the suit jacket. I just think that the tealy blue doesn't quite fit the vibe, and it just looks odd to me. I wish I didn't do that, but it's okay, we move on. I'll move mine across and show you Dana's here. She used a really nice fun bright colour palette for hers. She started colouring hers and sent me a picture and coloured his legs green, and then realised that they were meant to be trousers and they had cuffs, so she turned them into 80s leg warmers, which I thought was a really funny idea and a good creative way to sort of resolve that issue. But yeah, love colouring in this book. We have the next page picked out. It is the space, Lost in Space page. So not sure what I'm going to do for this. Maybe some fun like metal work, lots of silvers, and we'll see about everything else. That was Lost and Found. Then I've got the Colouring Heaven Pocket Edition Fairy Tales. This is designs by Selena Fenech. She created an Amazon printed book a while ago, and I believe it's an A4 size. And then they came out with this pocket version, which has some additional new and exclusive images at the front, which I really enjoyed. And I much prefer this smaller size of images. And I coloured this Puss in Boots page with the lovely Yolanda, colouring by Kamama. We picked this one. I sent her a few options and she said definitely this one because of the windmill. She is Dutch, if you didn't know, and so windmills are a big part of sort of the culture in the Netherlands. And I love this one because I knew when I saw him he had to be an orange kitty, just like my own cat Lexi. She is white and ginger, absolutely adorable, and I thought the blue would contrast nicely with the orange of the cat itself. I used Touch Art alcohol markers to base the image, and I went over the top and shaded with the Prismacolor pencils. I was very sad because I forgot to put a blotter page behind to start with, but I think luckily where it's landed is mostly on the hair, so I think I'll cover that with make the hair red like Ariel for this one. The only thing I'm not sure what I'll do is the shell. These dots I will cover with like a glitter or metallic paint pen, so that'll cover up really easily. It's more this shell, which I think I'd usually do more of a lighter colour, but I'll have to make it slightly darker to cover up the orange there. But that's okay, you live and you learn. And I did remember quite quickly, so the damage wasn't too badly. And I love colouring this. I did a very simple background, just a sort of peachy orange colour to tie in with everything. I was going to make it a sort of sunsetty background, but I was afraid of messing it up, and I just thought that the plain colour looked quite nice by itself, so I left it at that. I'll move mine across and show you Yolanda's here. She did an amazing job. I love how hers turned out. Her background as well looks really lovely. And this is a book that would be really satisfying to see completed. So, not sure when I'll get the next page done, but I'd love to get some more done in this one. And this was a previously untouched book, so thank you for getting me started in that one, Yolanda. Right, next I've got Matchick Mouse, a big adventure colouring book by Morgan O'Brien. This is a project book with the lovely Nikki from Knick Knack Colours, Geordie Colours, and this month we've had Lauren from Lowe's Colouring over on Instagram join us as well. And the page we coloured, I think is near the back. If I can find it. Nope, none of them. Maybe it's near the front. Here it is. There's the hot air balloon page. For the longest time I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this page, and I was actually the last one to finish it, so I'd seen all the other beautiful versions of this page before I started mine. And then I decided I wanted to go pastel, so I used my Ohuhu pastel alcohol markers and picked out a fun colour blend for the background, this sort of pink, orange, yellow sky gradient. And then when it came to the balloons, I thought pastel rainbow, it has to be. It was just a really fun page to colour. I shaded over the top with Prismacolor pencils. That is the colour combo that I've been using for Matchick Mouse in this book, and I will keep that consistent with all the other pages. I really loved colouring this one. It was super fun. I'll move mine across and show you the others' beautiful pages here. They all did an amazing job, and I love how they all look so different from each other. It's my favourite thing about doing buddy colours, and especially when you've got a larger group. It's really interesting to see how different people tackle the exact same image in different ways. The next one we are doing is this hockey page, which will be really fun. So looking forward to doing the next one in Matchick Mouse, A Big Adventure. Okay, next up I've got Aries World Literature book. This was a buddy colour with the lovely Julianne Annette Art over on Instagram and I think on YouTube as well. And we did the Hare and Tortoise page. This is one of my favourite pages from the book, and I did something very different with this page. I decided to only use Tombow dual brush pens and a couple of Crayola super tips for the whole page, and I used the technique stippling for the first time. So all the grass and the path are done with tiny little dots, as well as around the flowers to add some depth. And I really enjoyed sort of playing with the markers and seeing what I could do with them. And this paper was amazing for blending the markers on as well. Absolutely nothing bled through. But I really enjoyed doing this, and it didn't turn out exactly like I had hoped or expected, but I'm pleased I tried something new, and maybe I will incorporate some sort of stippling effects in pages in the future. Maybe not for the whole entire page, but for little sections I think look quite nice and effective. I'll move mine across and show you Julianne's here. She did a beautiful job. We went for quite similar colour schemes actually. sort of the yellows and oranges for the flowers. I really enjoyed colouring that one with you, and that was my first page coloured in this book. So thank you for getting me started in this book. Then I did a page in Symphony of Cute Animals. This was a buddy colour with 2 people over on Instagram. It was with Lauren colouring and Patricia, Mama Bear on 711 over on Instagram. And we did this Lemon Donkey page. And this has to be another one of my favourites for the month. I really love how it turned out. I used polychromos for the whole of this page and just loved working with them. It worked beautifully on this paper. And it was my first ever Kanoko Agusa page, first ever page in this book. And I just really enjoyed colouring the artwork. I had so much fun. I'll move mine across and show you. There's here. They both did an amazing job, and I really enjoy how different our 3 pages look from each other. Even though you'd expect similar colours, and we do have similar colours, we've used a lot of different tones with the greens, and just the rest of the image is coloured very differently. So thank you to you both for colouring that one with me. Finally, I have a page coloured in this book, and I can't wait to colour more Kanoko Agusa's artwork. It is absolutely stunning. That is Symphony of Cute Animals. Then I did a page in 50 Safari Miniatures. This was another previously untouched book. And this was a buddy colour with Katie's Colouring over on Instagram. And we did this really fun painting zebra page. I coloured this with the Touch Art alcohol markers and shaded very slightly with it for all of the image. It was the only thing I used for this page. And I had a lot of fun sort of with the contrast of the neutral colours of the brock and the zebra with the bright colourful paint colours. And yeah, another page done in one of the Camellia books. This one wasn't for one of Yolanda's prompts. It was just a fun one to do. I'll move mine across and show you hers here. She added a lot of metallic paint to hers, which looks really lovely. We actually have another page planned to colour. In fact, it's this one, the ox with the birds, for the bird prompt from Yolanda's scavenger hunt prompts. That was 50 Safari Miniatures by Camellia Angel Cover. Then I've got my tiny forest colouring book. This is illustrated by Nina Stashner. And this is the page I did. This was a buddy colour with Veronica Dunn over on Instagram. She actually coloured, I picked out 3 pages as options, and she actually coloured all 3 of them within like a day. I took a lot longer to finish mine. I used Ohuhu alcohol markers for the majority of the image. And for these browns here, I used the Tombow Jewel brush pens, as I really like the light browns they have on those. And I'm very limited with my light browns on my alcohol markers. I really need to get myself a new set. I'd love to get the 320, but they're just a little outside my budget at the moment. But we coloured this page, and we ran across and show you her bright and beautiful page over here. And yeah, we have another couple of pages lined up to colour. This was one of them, and this is the other one, the picnic. So I can't wait to colour those and have a few more pages done in this book. Then I have Year of Witches. Now this is a new project book with my lovely friend Zoe, Addicted to Colouring, on Instagram and YouTube. We were previously doing the Japanese bunny book together, but we both kind of fell out of love, weren't inspired to colour the pages in that one, so we decided to change for something a little bit simpler, and we thought that this would be a good option. You could do a lot of fun things with this book, and it would be really satisfying to get completed. This is the first page we did. This is called Midsummer Night. I based it all with Ohuhu alcohol markers and went over the top with polychromos. I also added a lot of glitter gel pen to the water and also for the gold stars in the background. I really had a lot of fun using these sort of deep jewel tones, a bit of a different colour scheme for me. I'll move on across and show you Zoe's here. I'm really looking forward to colouring more pages with her. She did a gorgeous job. Interestingly, we did sort of the opposite colours for our flowers. She used pinks for the lotuses and purples for the flowers on the vines here. I thought that was really funny, how we did the same colours but opposite. We have the next page picked out already for September, and we are doing this one, the Autumn Witch Essentials, which I think will be really fun. These pages I'm not often sure what to do with, but something about this one I really like. So looking forward to colouring that with her for September, Year of Witches. Then the final few books I have are the colour by numbers that I did this last month. First up we have Vitro, and I did Mulan. These are just perfect mindless colourings for me to do when I'm feeling slightly overwhelmed or not inspired to colour and pick my own colour choices. I pick up this colour by number books to still colour but not necessarily think about it. So I did Mulan, and I did Prince John. Really like this one, super nice and colourful. That was from Vitro. I did one in nature, and it was Pocahontas. I really love the colours of the background for this one, a bit different. That was a fun one to do. And then I did a couple in, oh, sorry for knocking you there. Gosh, now I need to readjust. There we go. Then I did two from Les Grands Classiques Tome 11. This is my favourite of the colour by numbers that I have so far. I did this Fairy from the Tinkerbell movies for Disney Meg's Disney Colour Along. It was the Tinkerbell movies for the month of August. I have no idea what her name is. I haven't ever seen them. But I did her. She was quite fun to do. And finally, I did Casita from Encanto. And this page took me, I think, about 3 or 4 days of just solidly colouring this. It took a long time. But I absolutely love how it looks all together. There was just so many tiny, fiddly little details with all these flowers and trees and leaves and bits of the building. But I loved colouring it, and I love seeing the finished result. So that was everything. Those are all of the pages I completed for the month of August. Hopefully I will have some more videos up for you in September this month, more than I did last month. I think you can hear in my voice that I struggled to get through this video a little bit, but I wanted to get this up for you, and I do have 2 hauls planned, and I've still got the colour along in the Luna Mayo Mini and Cute Animals book that I've recorded. I just need to do a voiceover, which I haven't felt well enough to do yet. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below which was your favourite page that I coloured for this month. For me, it's either the Lemon Donkey or the Pegasus page from Mythical Beasts. Those are my 2 favourites. I can't choose between them. Both very different vibes, but I love them both. Let me know which you like the best in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.